Hello. Welcome back for another episode of the Boss Ravioli Queens with your hosts, Nicole Ravioli,
Jasmine the Queen,
Boss Lady Amy.
This episode is called Will I Fit?
Am I gonna fit?
Am I gonna fit? Am I gonna fit? In this episode,
The answer is no. No, I will not.
Actually,
unless you go to Torrid.
Even there, sometimes.
No, lies. Any hoozle, this episode.
Yeah, but then you're paying $500.
let's get your intro.
This episode, for the third time, is about being fat and not being able to fit into skinny people clothes because they don't make clothes that are pretty generally for fat people. And if they do, well, they cost an arm and a leg, and you usually can't afford to buy that much stuff.
Mm.
Not only just being fat, like clothes, but also just like being fat in general.
Yeah.
And also in the workplace, like that shit sucks.
Yeah,
Right.
it does.
Right.
It does.
Sometimes we can even struggle to find scrubs that fit us right.
Seriously, and
Literally,
you have
when
to
we
go to
went
a
to that-
specialty store.
When you and I went to go get me those like 2 pairs of scrubs that I got, Jesus Christ, it shouldn't be that hard to find clothes. When America and the rest of the world accepts that fat people are always going to exist and not everybody is able to lose weight like everybody else because we don't have the metabolism or we have an overactive thyroid, underactive.
Overactive is usually the
One of those.
I don't remember either.
One
It's
of those. So, and then like PCOS, endometriosis. Recently found out, I know this makes me sound ignorant as fuck, but PCOS does not only affect women. There's like a version of it that men can get too.
Really?
Yeah, but it's
I didn't
weird
know
because
that.
it's called polycystic ovarian syndrome. Men don't have ovaries, so people don't consider that it could be a man thing too.
Hmm.
But I just found out that it can.
Okay,
So
well, future episode on that.
yeah, I really want to know how it affects men because, like, for me, it basically like fucks up my hormones, like my androgens. I have a lot more testosterone than I should in my body instead of estrogen. And I'm trying to figure out how to reverse that with like supplements
It's
and
probably
stuff.
like a
But
prostate thing for me.
Probably. That's
I
what
bet
I was
you it
just
is.
thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So
But,
would
like-
that be PCPS?
probably.
Huh.
I don't know. It's just real weird.
That is weird.
Mhm. The more you know.
Also, side note, apologies for my nasty nose. I have reached that point in the season where I will be sick for the next month. So 6 months
I was
actually.
gonna say
And you should
months.
see her little crotch girl, and he just wipes his nose on her and everything. So
Of everywhere. So yeah, I have a compromised immune system. And so yeah, this is my
and
life.
like passed down sinus issues.
Yep, this is my life. I will be seeing ear, nose, and throat. So I don't know. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be getting some relief soon. But anyway, well, not me. Anyway, back to being fat.
because it never stops.
You did not.
It doesn't.
I don't know about these girls, but I identify as skinny.
I identify as a papaya.
I bet you do.
I sure do. If
Doesn't
you
mean
know,
it's
you
not
know.
Stop it. You
What'd
didn't
you
even
say?
get it.
I
I
identify as a
said
papaya.
Delulu is not the Salulu.
She said she identifies as a papaya.
But do you know why I said it?
No, now you're gonna have to tell
Because
me.
those he doesn't know whatever the way they eat.
You should probably cut that part out.
No, it's funny.
I said
The way some men eat papayas.
I remember now. You're thinking about it.
Wait.
Gross.
Ew.
Would
Can
you
you do
rather?
it off camera?
Would you rather?
Yeah, for real.
Well, then.
No, that's too much work.
Oh my God.
If I don't need to cut something, I'm not.
Well, like I said, this is me. You're on the journey, so I have allergies. I have problems.
Welcome.
Anyways, being fat is hard because most stores do not sell fat people clothing.
For once, you were the one to get us back on track.
Even a broken clock works twice a day.
Mark the
Mhm,
calendar.
Okay, so the scrubs.
The scrubs.
So when we went, all of the sizes that she had to look for were like, I don't know, 2-3 times the price of what the other ones were.
Yes.
And so for 2 outfits, 2 pairs of scrubs it was like 130.
136. Mhm.
Yeah, for 2 outfits.
Let me put this in perspective for you, okay? So it was 2 pairs of pants and 2 scrub tops.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got that day. And it was $136 that I really didn't have.
Mhm.
But I also wasn't expecting them to be that expensive. So for a lot of people, they have to like go to secondhand shops or thrift shops and see what they can do, see what they can find.
And before any of you out there are just like, well, just get skinny. It's not that easy. And also, just like it's not that easy for people who are naturally very skinny to actually gain weight.
Yep. But people attribute more negativity towards being fat because apparently that makes us ugly or like unworthy, which it doesn't, by the way. It does not. But like Jasmine was saying, so I know that I've talked about my PCOS multiple times, but let me reiterate it again for you. I have insulin resistance with my PCOS. That does not mean I'm diabetic, but my body does not react to insulin the same way as everybody else's body does. Well, normal people that don't have diabetes. So if I eat even fruit, which is good for you, I have to eat a protein with it to make the insulin bind. There's also a whole other bunch of crazy shit that I'm not going to get into, but I just found out that I have to take like 6 or 7 supplements and plus get like some sort of greens powder. Yeah.
Icky.
Yeah, because that helps with lessening the bloat. I'm pretty sure I messaged it to you both. It's that Kiala one.
Oh yeah, probably.
But now I don't know if I can use that one because someone was like, it has caffeine and it makes my blood pressure skyrocket. And I was like, well, I have anxiety, so that's not great.
Well, you also drink caffeine like all the time, so I don't think
Very
it would be
slowly.
that much of an issue.
Very slowly.
Well, I don't think you're drinking it so fast either, though.
I don't know. I heard it tastes really good, so I might.
Well, I mean, it's like a throughout the day kind of thing. It's not like a...
No, because you're supposed to have it with breakfast or before breakfast, which I don't eat, but you know. Oh, that's the other thing we were going to talk about.
What?
We have a few things to talk about.
How, like, people such as myself only eat, like, once a day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still, like, fat as fuck.
I mean, I feel like it's worse because I feel like the way our body reacts is it like it feeds off of, like, that one meal and it, like, holds it.
Yeah.
That's what, like, a lot of professionals say is, like, if you don't eat normal meals throughout the day, like, your body holds on to, like, the amount of fat.
Yeah.
That do make sense.
And it explains why sometimes we're, like, tired a lot, too, because we only eat, like, once, maybe.
But, like, people who have a misconception about overweight people think that we're just, like, eating constantly.
Which is
Literally.
not true. I mean, for some, I guess it's probably true, but, like, not
right.
a lot
but, like,
of us.
for the average obese American, that is not true or fair to say.
Right.
Not at all.
Like, yo, if I drop a fry in the car or something, like if I have to eat on the way to somewhere,
I'm not dive bombing to the fucking car floor to get this fry.
No accident. But no, so that was another really good point that we wanted to bring up because everybody thinks that we just eat constantly. Like we have jobs, we have lives. And as you all know, being in healthcare, we don't get to eat very often.
No, you don't have time for that shit.
No.
I mean, I'll eat that dick like it's going out of style.
That's a different kind of eat.
It is.
Moving on.
We got real X-rated. Real
This is our naughty episode.
I think every episode's a naughty
Yeah, it
episode. Except for like
It just depends on which one of us is which version of ourselves.
right.
Or if we're all on the same level, look the fuck out.
Right. Well, Jasmine's on cloud 9 today because she got a new job.
Oh yes, I did get the job that I wanted.
That she was going to get it. So
Yeah, they called me today or whatever. The just orientation, onboarding, recruiting stuff is just taking forever.
So that's exciting.
Yay.
Another job where you'll probably be on your feet all day and not getting to eat, but
Yeah.
people will still probably not think that.
Yeah, because I'll have to drop blood through at the hospital.
Yeah.
But you do still get a break, like a half hour or whatever
Mhm.
lunch break. So what you choose to do with that time is on you.
This is true.
I can't wait. I can't wait though. Hopefully I will get to lose weight. They have a really nice gym within the facility.
I asked if you could bring people with, like the instant you said that.
I know. We'll see. I'll look into it.
So one of the other things that we want to talk about with today's episode is the fact that even though all three of us, for example, are overweight, wow, I can't talk.
None of us are lazy.
Well, that's true. None of us are lazy, but none of us have the same body type.
Nope.
No, we're all different.
and we're all different.
What would even be considered like a pear?
I don't know.
I think I'm a pear
Yeah, maybe.
because I'm lacking up here, but I have a lot down here.
See, and I'm like huge up here, and then
And see, I'm tiny everywhere else, so I got a big belly.
my
And I got
belly's
big
What
skinny.
do you mean? I was like, you have mountains on your chest. What the fuck do you mean?
She's talking about like her shoulders and her silhouette is like smaller.
Yeah, I have teeny tiny arms. I have dainty little lady fingers. I have dainty little feet, dainty little legs, and then my belly's just like.
Actually, gonna have small feet for my size too. Actually,
Yeah.
because I'm like taller than both of you, and I'm like, yeah, like my feet aren't like that huge
No,
for
they're not.
for a guy.
Yeah, when I was growing up, my dad used to say I had bird legs.
Chicken.
Not
legs.
anymore.
I mean, they filled out, but like, I don't know. We talked about it before about like not judging people by their covers, but you like really can't. Because like overweight people, just like skinny people, you can't assume that they don't eat, and you also
Right.
can't assume that we're just constantly eating or that we're unhealthy.
Right.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
no two people, no body types are the same.
Nope.
Nope, everybody's different. Some people are built just to be like bigger framed, bigger boned, bigger people.
Well, like for instance, when I do lose weight, I'm going with when because I'm being positive.
Mm-hmm.
But I have broad ass shoulders.
Mm.
I'm gonna look like a fucking linebacker no matter what.
Yeah, same. Like I have really wide shoulders. Like if I go anywhere probably under like 200 pounds, I'm gonna look real weird with
Yeah, I
these
think
huge
big
fucking
shoulders.
shoulders.
Like for someone has like a tiny frame like I do, even though like yes, I'm overweight, I'm short. For those of you that don't know me, like I'm only 5'4".
Yeah, she's short.
So
Fun size.
so like for someone of my
I
stature,
think you're like a couple
my
inches
shoulders
shorter.
are pretty big.
Yeah, because you're 5'10", right?
Mhm.
I'm 5'8".
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I am fun sized. I'm definitely fun sized. And that's another thing too, is that people are so like, I don't know, they just automatically think that you like don't do anything because you're short and you're overweight, so you must be like, I don't know, fat ass who just sits at home all day.
And
Yeah.
eats and does nothing, lives off of SSI.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's another really good point. Like, why why is there the assumption that just because you're overweight means you must be on government assistance, you must be super lazy,
or
you
like
must be
living
not
with
doing
somebody who
anything,
takes care of you.
you must be an idiot? Like, why are there all these negative connotations just around being overweight?
Right. Also, can we talk about like doctors when they say like we need to lose weight to avoid future problems when it doesn't even pertain to our weight, what we came in for?
Yeah.
As a woman, unless I'm seeing a female provider, almost always I am told, no matter what I'm there for, losing weight will help this problem.
Yeah.
I literally went in for when my appendix ruptured, almost ruptured or whatever, and it was like the appendicitis or whatever, and I had to have emergency surgery. The first thing my surgeon came in and said to me when she walked in to meet me was like, you need to lose weight to avoid any future problems. And I was literally like, that has nothing to do with my appendix.
Your appendix first.
I know.
What?
That's a very normal thing for people of all sizes.
Yeah, that's a normal occurrence for like
that
anybody. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, especially when I've been.
And this was like years ago too. Like when it was like recently, I started gaining some more weight. So like I wasn't big before, but I was like I got bigger. So I still wasn't like as big as I am now. I was still like thinner than that.
Oh, I was told to lose weight. So when I found out I had asthma, this was like years ago now.
What? What?
Easy being wheezy.
That's me.
I know.
So years ago, I had moved into my first apartment on my own, or not on my own, like I was away from my parents though. And I had gone to the hospital because I literally couldn't breathe. And that was one of the things that they told me was that I needed to lose weight. And then I needed to get my anxiety in check. And I was like, I do have anxiety. You are correct. But I also have panic disorder. This is not a panic attack. I'm like, I literally cannot breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I love that too. So when we used to live where we used to live, I went to the hospital because I had a panic attack that literally felt like I was having a heart attack.
Uh-huh.
Like chest tight, pain in my left arm. And they were so fucking condescending to me because they knew I had anxiety and panic attacks. So rather than like doing the full workup, they're like, oh, well, you seem pretty like excitable right now, or whatever the fuck words they used. And they gave me IV lorazepam before they even did any tests on me.
Wow.
They didn't do any tests on me. So when I went, the first thing they gave me was lorazepam and Toradol.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I'm like, I feel great right now. I still can't breathe, but I feel great.
Right.
So then I had gone to the ER again the next day because I still couldn't breathe. And then they just gave me more of the same things. And then this time they gave me 800 milligram ibuprofen. So then they made me follow up with my doctor. So then I went and saw my doctor the next week. She was like, yep, you definitely have asthma. They refused to even do a breathing test on me.
Because like they didn't care.
No.
Yeah. That's another thing is like, I understand that like some overly skinny people get made fun of and everything. And I'm not trying to one up anybody, but God damn it. Like, fat people are so hated for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have no idea how I act like as a person or how good of a person I am, or there are some people that are just pieces of shit too, but you're never going to get to know somebody
their
if
weight
the
has
first
nothing
thing
to do
is
with that.
their weight.
Right.
Like, oh, I can't associate myself with you. You're too fat. Like,
right.
Like, I mean, if I was going in or whatever for like, oh, you're close to like getting diabetes or something, then I'd be like, okay, that's more something to do with my weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but that's not even really your weight. That's more so what you're eating and like the sugar content of what you're eating. Yes, it has to do with your weight, but not as much as you would
Right.
think.
Well, something else that people don't talk about is skinny people have diabetes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's irritating.
Or nothing irks me more when you tell someone I have diabetes and you're overweight and they're like, yeah, you gave it to yourself. You can't give yourself diabetes. Not even type 2. For the longest time, I was told that type 1 you're born with, type 2 you give yourself when you're a fucking fat ass. That's not true. Both of the types you're born with, both of the types are genetic. Type 2 is triggered easier when you do eat a lot of like high sugar content foods and when you don't take care of yourself.
Mhm.
But that doesn't really have to do with your weight. It has more so to do with what you're eating. Both of them are genetic. Both of them you are like can be triggered. You don't just give yourself diabetes. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me crazy. And like my husband's a pretty big guy. Whenever he tells people diabetes, they always assume he gave it to himself. Always.
His is because he's got type 1, doesn't he?
Well, he was originally diagnosed as type 1. He was re-diagnosed as type 2 with insulin resistance, which is why for the longest time they thought it was type 1 because type 2 with insulin resistance is basically the same symptoms as type 1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We should do a whole episode on diabetes. I could talk about that shit for days. But it drives me crazy. And like not only diabetes, but there's so many things that people assume that people just give themselves, quote unquote, because they're fat.
Mm-hmm.
Like people have assumed I have asthma because, oh yeah, I must not exercise. That's how asthma works, bro. I have fucked up lungs.
They assume your joints hurt because you're fat too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because of my fibromyalgia. Oh, I gave that to myself because they don't move. They gotta move around all day, every day.
Mm-hmm. Run my ass off.
My back problems, car accident, y'all.
I thought you gave it to yourself because you're fat.
Oh, 100%. I'm wrong. Car accident didn't have anything to do with my back problems.
No.
Crazy.
Or the years of healthcare, the fact that I was in the military.
Yo.
I thought it was because you were fat.
I know it must be because I'm fat though.
I feel like we're doing the TikTok trend where people are like undiagnosing themselves with things, and I'm like, oh, I just breathed. I don't have anxiety anymore.
It's true though. Like it's.
I got green hair right now because I'm fat.
We should just. Is that our reasoning for everything?
Yes.
I drove my car because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I drink this water.
This is just straight sugar.
I can't live it up.
I have allergies because of
Oh, French fry.
Okay, if you see food on the ground or the floor and you eat it, you have bigger problems than being overweight.
I love it. I just pick it right up out of the trash. If I see somebody can't finish something and they throw it away, I go to eat it.
Just call us trash pandas. Oh God, the amount of things though.
I know we're being silly, but like it's really just because
it's true because that's like
for so long.
And that's like how a lot of the people in the world think. It's like everything we do or whatever, it's because we're fat.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, I tripped while I was running because I'm fat.
Right.
It's so embarrassing. Like when you go to stores and like for example.
And you can see the people stare at you.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing infuriates me more. So recently, within like the last year or two, I've just started looking at people and telling them to take a fucking picture because I can't deal with it anymore.
I was like, can I help you with something?
Mm-hmm.
And then they like snap their neck around real fast.
Yeah.
No, like recently, for example, I went to Walmart. Going to get a little, not even spicy, but I'm going to be talking about bras. So I went to Walmart this past weekend to get a push-up bra, and they didn't have anything in my size. And like,
is your armpit itchy because you're fat?
It was my.
It must
Yeah.
be. It must be.
Sorry, Amy.
No, it's okay. So then I ended up fucking going shopping in Jasmine's closet, and I got a bra for free because they
bro.
and also all the bras that I have, they're in my size. But like bigger people, we have to replace some of that stuff in our wardrobe like every couple of years because when it's carrying around that extra weight, it wears down quicker.
Mhm.
And if you want to get something that lasts a really long time, it's gonna be really expensive.
Can we talk about how hard it is to find a bra that fits around? Like around.
Yes. Yeah. Like
I have no problem covering these. It's like the literal circumference, okay, of whatever this is called, my torso. Yeah.
like
Whatever this is called.
sure that. I got what you were saying. You did this.
I know.
And you must have done that because you're fat.
I sure did.
But okay, so like
Sorry, I need a drink because I'm fat.
I'm gonna pee because I'm fat.
she's gonna spit
Mm-mm.
because she's fat.
You're a dick.
Because she's fat.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Users.
You want this?
Back to the bra thing. So I just replaced all my bras literally 2 years ago. I replaced them all in 2021. And now I'm going to have to replace them all
Well,
again.
that's the thing is you didn't even realize that your bras weren't like really they weren't giving as much support as they used to.
Well, right. And like I didn't because it was just like
And also, before
wear
any
them
of you
day in
say
and
buy
day
bras more often, we're not rich. We can't be like rich people, but wear it once and then throw it away.
Yeah, Whoopi,
No.
we only work 4 hours a day.
because we're fat.
I'm done.
Oh my god.
No, okay, but part of that's all just the
Stop
tiniest
crying,
picture
you
that.
Maybe I'll sweat some of the fat or cry some of the fat out.
Oh, can you imagine now?
I will.
Yo.
I'd be watching sad movies every day if that was
All
the
day
case.
long. All day long.
I'd be crying until I wither away to nothing.
But no, you brought up a good point though about being rich, because you're fat.
Yeah.
No, so in 2021, I bought a couple, maybe like I don't know, 5 or 6 bras that I wear, and every single one in my size was like between probably $40 and $60,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like on the quote unquote cheap side. That's like when you're just starting to get into more like luxury material.
Mhm.
And that kind of thing only lasts like 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna have to be replacing all that stuff really soon.
Yeah.
I still remember actually I went out that day when I was doing all my shopping and I bought one of the bras and it literally snapped when I got home. Like it literally just
Wow.
I'd be taking that shit back and being like, I want a full fucking refund right
so
now.
mad.
Right.
This
I
is a
would.
faulty bra.
I was so mad. It's not even just that. It's bras, it's underwear, it's shoes.
Everything.
Yo, and then,
Pants,
can we just
everything.
talk about how the price of everything keeps really going up, but our wages don't? Like, rich people, can you cut us a fucking break, please? Like
Or-
the owners of Walmart and
Or
all
I
these
mean,
big companies.
or you can also cut us a check. That'd be nice.
That would also be great.
You could all just get fat.
Yeah, they're fat on money.
I mean, most of them.
See, I'm
Really
fat,
fat.
like body wise. I would like to be fat money wise.
Yeah.
Okay, if other people are judging me and assuming that I have all these problems because I'm fat, why can't they just be like, oh, she must have lots of money in her pockets She's back.
That'd be nice.
That would be so nice. Oh yeah, and
I'm
like
spray
the
paint all
whole,
my stuff gold, and I'll be just like, look right.
you just need to wear that gold glitter that was on my eyes.
I'm almost out of that.
Oh no.
I know, I'm so sad about it. They don't make it anymore.
I think I have a gold that came in that like 5-pack that
I'll have to find a glitter that works like that again.
Anyways, back to a little bit earlier what we were saying about how like fat people stuff costs more because it's extra fabric. How much extra fabric? How much? I want to know because I really want to know how you break down like excusing yourselves
The
to
cost of usage.
no, literally like excusing it because they have to use like an extra inch of fabric or something.
Oh, an inch. Oh.
And that equates to making it like $20 more expensive.
Right.
Get fucked.
It's unreal, but like some of the prices between like a small and a large, or like a small and extra large, it's crazy.
And can we also talk about how for women's clothing, no store has the same size?
Yep.
Like I
They don't
can be a fucking like 20 at one store and a 24 at the other and a 28 at the other.
Right.
Like, excuse me? Help?
I hate that.
That's why when you asked for my size, I was like, depending on what store you go to.
Oh,
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's awful. Like there's no continuity. I mean, it's hard enough being female. It's hard enough being fat. Trying to be a fat female is just like damn near impossible.
Oh, and it's like somehow worse when you're a female. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Because you're fat.
That's the simple
I
answer.
feel like men just assume that you need to be like put together.
Well, I think it's the mentality of if you're fat, you do not take care of yourself, which then spills over into other areas. Okay, well, if you're eating these bad foods, you must also not shower. Like you must not wash your clothes. You must not do this. You must not do that.
Fair point. Also, for the record, I did my laundry last night and I didn't fall down the stairs. I took the inside ones.
And that's another thing too. Speaking of clothes, it just reminded me like how when someone looks at you and you're overweight, they're probably gonna assume you have some type of smell.
Yeah.
Because like you got all that stuff just sitting in those
that was
holes.
also created, I think, for movies and shows because in like the older movies where the fat guy would smell like hot dogs or beef or something.
Yeah.
Like
no, most
Yeah, it's always food smells too. Like, oh, you smell like nasty beef or
right.
mhm.
Like most of that usually, if anything, comes from running your ass off at work or whatever. And like most normal people, I would hope if they have lots of extra BO, they're gonna shower more often.
Right.
Also, like if that was a thing where fat people really did smell like food, like why wouldn't you want your girlfriend to smell like pizza or tacos?
Right.
Just saying.
Just not fish.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
If anyone smells like fish, that's a problem.
That tuna is
You
swimming
need
back
to-
upstream.
Oh my god! I think we need to end this episode. Okay, I think we've been fat phobic enough.
We're fat.
It's because I'm fat.
Anyway, you can find us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook at Boss Ravioli Queens. You can also email us at bossravioliqueens@gmail.com. Until next time, bye.